Who could forget when Tyson Fury fought Francis Ngannou right here at the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia? Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
It's time for our tale of the tape. First up, Jake Paul, 185 centimeters tall with a reach of 193 centimeters. So here's the crusher, Sergey Kovalev. He's 6 foot tall with a reach of 72.5 inches. Jake Paul, fighting out of Cleveland, Ohio, currently residing in Dorado, Puerto Rico. Here comes the man known as the Crusher. The KO percentage over 80%, 30 KOs, and his 36 wins.
You can hardly hear yourself speak. The fans are going mad for this.
And now we toss it up to the world-renowned ring announcer, Mr. Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Dorado, Puerto Rico, a social media superstar and rising contender known as El Gallo de Dorado, Jake Paul. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Chelyabinsk in Russia, here is the hard-hitting 3-time light heavyweight champion of the world, Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev.
A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
This is an arena fight. You couldn't have got anybody else in this place.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one.
Good luck.
And we're underway in round 1. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. There was so much hype surrounding this match, I wonder if it can actually live up to the hype.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
Nice counter shot. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. The straight right just misses. Counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Which fighter will say no mas? Just missed with that hook. Perfect. And that was it. That was the big shot we were waiting for. I thought that was the end, but here we go again. Back into the fire.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What did they do? What did they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jake Paul in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
You're much better. He's not in your league. Can't
Great round. Great round. Now relax. Relax.
in this round. Don't worry about that round. Don't.
Power shot. Good work. Don't forget the jab.
And there's the bell to start round 2. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Defense is not an option for these two. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
To beat a counter puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. So much firepower here. The straight right just misses. Good counter punching. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice defense, avoiding the right uppercut. The straight right just misses. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when he catch you.
These two fighters are made for one another. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Just boxing. Just be smart.
That's it. Start sticking a few body shots in there.
It's only one round that you've lost. Don't worry about it. Get out there and switch on. Get this boxing back together. I need you to switch back on.
The bell rings and we start the third. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Those counter punches have to hurt. They exchange punches. The perfect counter lands. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in.
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Can they finish it? And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. He threw the hook, didn't land. And that hook misses. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Stevens.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
We wanted action, and they are delivering. Nice counter. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Nice counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Jake Paul in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bout, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Get out there, get your boxing back together.
And there's the bell to start round 4. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
It's all offense all the time. When are we going to see a jab from these two? When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Counter shot lands. And he just missed with that left jab. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Counter punch. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
There's a counter shot. They threw the hook. It didn't land. powerful counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've...
Let him back into the fight right now.
Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the fifth. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You don't want to trade shots. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Couldn't land that jab. Stumbling around on Bambi legs. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
No rest for the weary. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
This is a high-octane battle. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always come a chance to make history. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
How about that time counter shot? That counter punch caught him clean. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Good counter punch. He misses with that jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Get your boxing back together. Listen, beast.
Don't worry, that's it. Now breathe.
Here we go in the sixth round. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer. They are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? both want a knockout, you can tell. Kovalev is dazed. And it appears they weathered the storm. How, I'm not sure.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The straight right just misses. How do they use this fighter's... Hold that thought! Where was the defense? Why weren't they covering up? Why weren't they more cautious? And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Can't find a home for that jab. He threw a punch and just got countered. The building is going bananas. Will they see a huge upset here? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jake Paul in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen.
I love it. That just slick.
And there's the bell for round 7. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Whoa, wait a minute! What a shot! Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit, because if you're
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Uh-oh, the Crusher in trouble. How are they still standing?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Beautiful counter punch. Kovalev is hurt. That was the moment.
Being dazed now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
At some point, the corner has to say you're done. And down goes Jake Paul. And as we take another look, it's this punch right here that sealed the deal.
You're right, Todd. What a shot. One, two, three, four. Are you all right?
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one. Whoa, wait a minute. This may do it. And Jake Paul goes down. He caught him with that body shot, and it froze him in his tracks. Look at this again.
I've got to see that again. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night, night.